Hello everybody, Adam aka CSRadical here with you guys. Thanks for checking out this bonus content on the Pixel Play Podcast. Yeah, that's right. Bonus content. Do not adjust your dials. It may look like there's, to my left here, some completely blank, void-willing screen where Kaylan's not here. That's just because it's just me. PlayStation Showcase has popped up. The stream is done. I have managed to get off the internet for about an hour and a half, so I have no spoilers. I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's positive, what's negative. I don't know anything. I'm going into this as cold can get. So, what is it going to be? Are we going to get some God of War? Are we going to get more Horizon stuff? Are we going to get something crazy like Uncharted? Is Kingdom Hearts going to show? What could possibly happen? I have no idea, but we'll find out together. Or if you've already watched the show, then in which case you know the answer to that question, and you're just here to see our reactions. In which case, let's hold back no further. Let me hit this lovely little button to pull up the video screen, and let's get right to it. The PlayStation Showcase of 2021. Please don't suck. That's a good start. It's not captured in in-game footage from a PC. Mature content. Are we starting with Last of Us already? Oh no, that looks nothing like Last of Us. I mean, it's a cityscape. My brain immediately thinks Spider-Man, but also those buildings are okay. No, this is definitely something weird. This can't be a game. This has to be just something specific to Sony. I don't feel like this is anything specific. I mean, if you're leading off with chess, it's not exactly the best thing, but... Well, there's an Uncharted poster. Or at least, was that Last of Us, actually? I don't know. It was there for like half a second. I'm still not getting the chess thing. Yes, we get it. Chess. I'm still not getting the front of the joke. What is it? I mean, it's a neat trailer, but this feels like a trailer for something that would have nothing to do with what it looks like it's for. This feels like this would end up somehow being an ad for some female hygiene product. Have you seen those commercials sometimes? They make no sense. I feel like I'm gonna get bludgeoned over the head for not knowing what's going on here, but this is still silly. I'm still trying to understand what I'm watching here. Oh, they're about to get the king. Whoa. Okay, so we won the game of chess. So maybe this is just some random Sony rather thing. Yeah, it literally is just the PlayStation opening. That was such a weird way to open. I'm sitting there being all right, but what does this have to do with? And then in actuality, it was nothing. All right, well, we're off to a bit of a weird start, so hopefully the next thing they lead with actually gets something going here.
I'm Jim Ryan, President and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, and welcome to the PlayStation Showcase. At PlayStation, we believe in pushing boundaries and setting the benchmark for creativity and excellence in entertainment.
Like weird chess videos.
We always love the opportunity to speak directly with our community. The new technology in PS5 enables development teams to build more exciting, immersive, and compelling worlds.
God, I can't wait to go underwater in that game.
Their creative vision as storytellers. We've never been more grateful for the PlayStation community. So thank you for allowing us time to share some significant updates and brand new content. So without further ado, let's look at some new and amazing games.
Yes, let's do that. Let's start off strong here. What do we got? Alright, so we're going first party. Oh, interesting.
Peace is a lie.
Yes, I know. Peace is definitely a lie. We've lived in 2020 and 2021. We know peace is not a lie, or is not a truth.
Now they wield it. We face the greatest Sith in generations. They must be stopped.
That's the Old Republic remake. Yes! Alright. I mean, I'm sad there's going to be no gameplay likely, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Remade for PS5. Does that mean it's exclusive to that console? Because if so, that would be really cool to see. Like, heavy hardware push on a Star Wars game, I'd be down for that. I wish there was more, though. I'm okay with seeing that, but I wish there was more. I was hoping that if you're going to lead off with something, you're at least giving us a little bit more than that. But you know what? Because it's Knights of the Old Republic and I'm a big fan of it, I'll take it. Okay. This is looking like some Platinum Games level stuff. I don't think I've seen this studio before. Oh, and we're in space now and you're not dead somehow. I think? Or is she no, she's apparently able to breathe. I've watched The Expanse. I know that isn't possible. Oh, but that looks fucking cool. Okay. The setting kind of gives me Nier vibes. Some really nice visuals, though, that's for damn sure. Oh yeah, this is Japan, alright, getting the heavy rock music now. I can totally not see the amount of fan art that's going to be done of this game either. That's already why it's giving me sort of Nier vibes, too. Okay, pretty standard beat-em-up action. The creature designs are pretty nice, too. Now the only thing that we're not going to get from this trailer is this more of a, you know, kill lots of stuff game, or is this actually like a more of a difficult, like Ninja Gaiden kind of game? Yeah, the designs are... I love this aesthetic. This looks amazing. Like, these are really unique designs. A lot of rings seems to be a theme in this thing, which... I mean, look, it's something that we don't normally see with a lot of monster designs, so I'm not against it. I mean, I'm down for the soundtrack just based on what we're hearing. Yeah, quick time events and that. Okay, well that's a bit of a downer. That looks sweet though. I don't know how much that would be gameplay, but that's neat. The early vibes of this are pretty good. I mean, this is still not something that, like, my brain would immediately go, okay, I need to get this now. This is more of a, hey, like, based on this, it's kind of like Returnal, right? Project Eve, so I don't know if that's the actual title or not. But no, this is the kind of game that I'd be like, Oh, I thought that was going to be like something special, but no, I have no idea what that is still. But that still looks cool. No, this is kind of like how I feel with Returnal too, where it's like, hey, this is something that I would definitely try, you know, if we're talking half off, you know? Oh, so we're getting some more Tiny Tina Wonderland stuff, I would imagine? Yeah. I do need to play this at some point too.
Lord has returned!
Fools! Your party of heroes can't stop me.
Who's ready to rickety roleplay? Spoiler? It's you, baby.
Sweet. Okay, if you use baby metal as your music for the trailer, I feel like I have to I'm not actually going to pre-order you, but I feel like you're trying really hard to make me do it. You get a chocolate. I am such a fucking weeb. But I'm not kidding. That like this so like I already love this game, and now they're making great music choices. Like, how am I supposed to hate against this? It just reminds me that I still have to play Borderlands 3, but I haven't gotten a good price on that at any point. And I also don't have anybody to play it with. I feel like it's a game I'd rather play with people.
Tina, why are there guns in a fantasy world? And I am just so glad you asked, because shut up your face and get shooting!
And that's another reason why I want to play this game. I haven't touched a Borderlands game since Borderlands 2, and Tiny Tina was like my favorite thing in the entire series thus far, so if you're going to tell me there's a game where it's going to be her basically narrating it, you don't have to convince me much more than that. Also, giant-ass sharks! Oops. I just realized I had my finger over, or my mouse over the screen. Look, I sit at my desk all the time. It's a habit to have my hand on the mouse. I can't help it. Also, I'm excited. I can't help but move around.
I'm in. You ready, newbie?
Time for character sheets,
If I didn't have to stay here, I would have gotten into my chair and grabbed my my baby metal pop figurines.
Alright, trailer over. No end credit scene
The only thing I finished a collection of, because it only required 3 and not like how many ever else each set usually is. Alright, so after that weird chess thing, we've gotten 3 pretty interesting things. We got the Old Republic remake, which was just a quickie. We got that Project Eve thing, which was awesome, and then we got Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which just made every little bit inside me, every nerd and weeb bit inside me just like super happy, so. Alright. So is this gonna be... I can't remember the name. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, it's the one that was their big graphics engine that they showed up. I can't remember what the title of it was.
We are getting out of the city, Homer.
Oh my god, that cat is adorable.
No more fights. Clean air. Bright skies.
Well, this is what happens when you wish for a green planet. You get transported to a really dangerous world, okay? So just be careful when you're looking to clean the planet. You gotta do it in baby steps. You can't just wish for it.
Wait, stop! Whoa.
I'm still torn with this game, because I don't know. I'd still need to see a little bit more of like gameplay and stuff, because I mean, sure, it all looks pretty, but like my thing with Square lately has been its gameplay can be a little bit rough.
Not what you would call us, anyway.
I swear to God, asshole, show yourself!
Show myself. I've shown.
Where are you?
Right here, at the end of your arm.
I feel like I should know who that voice is, and I'm blanking.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I'm somewhere that's not what I would call Earth. I'm seeing freaking dragons, and oh yeah, I'm talking to a cop. Did I just do that?
We did.
I just moved it with my freaking mind!
I do like the way that, you know, they're having her react, so it actually does kind of come off very... Oh, I love that view, though.
No, you're just being ridiculous.
Oh, that's too far. Good to know there's a line.
Okay. That's a little bit of gameplay that kind of gives me a better sense of what I'm looking at.
You're the one who's planning on facing off with Sylar.
It almost kind of, it feels like a sort of like an Infamous kind of feel to it, doesn't it? I feel like this is what Doctor Strange the video game would be. If Doctor Strange was fighting dragons, of course, but you know what I meant. Forspoken, that's right. Yeah, I mean that trailer just kind of gives me a little more like, okay, you know, it's still on my radar. I'm still a little bit nervous about it.
Name for a demon. I am the one you seek, the one and only Tanta Sila.
I don't know what that means, but she looks like she'll kick my ass. Okay, so we should be expecting that next year.
For decades, Team Rainbow has been the shield.
Oh, this is that, I think this is that weird alien Rainbow Six thing that I initially liked and then kind of backpedaled on a bit.
The threat of nuclear war. But now, we face the greatest terror our world has ever known.
Like, I still like the... I think it's just the fact that, like, it's weird putting Rainbow Six's name to it. I think if they just called it something else, this would have been fine, but I think because it's called Rainbow Six, so everybody's like, this is kind of weird. I thought he was about to shove his gun up that monster's ass. But I guess it does kind of take a lot of... Yeah, it does take a lot of the siege elements and just kind of turns it into this...
We will move as one.
Like, alien, Back 4 Blood, Left 4 Dead kind of feeling to it. So I guess that's why they've attached the Rainbow Six name to it, because they've taken a lot of Siege's gameplay and applied it elsewhere. I still think it's a cool idea, and I would be curious about it somewhere down the line. Just because I love games like that where you're just fighting off a ton of monsters. Like, I played the Back 4 Blood beta, and I freaking loved it. I cannot wait to play that game in full. And this has kind of got a similar feel to it, so I won't complain. But again, I need people to play this with, otherwise it kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, so we're getting at the beginning of next year. It's not too far away, assuming it stays on that date. Alright, so at least with our first 4, I'm okay with the 4 choices. Oh wait, sorry. 5 choices. Oh, Remedy, so this must be Alan Wake.
It's coming for me.
Yep. That is definitely what it is.
Don't go out in the dark. Stay in the light.
Obviously, me and Kaylan were talking about it on the recent episode. I'm not really interested in this, but I'm glad that it's coming to PlayStation users, so if you've never played it before, you have a chance to do it finally. But yeah, I'm not a big horror guy, so this is probably not going to be up my alley.
I was missing a week. What had happened to me? I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it.
Well, technically it does, because the flashlight is like your biggest weapon in that game.
Carl Stucky. Pleased to meet you.
Hopefully, though, they do overhaul the gameplay a little bit so it doesn't feel like a game that, you know, was on the 360.
I'm a writer.
Cool. At least we got games getting announced that are actually coming almost immediately. Well, wouldn't be a major video package if GTA 5 wasn't in there. Because you gotta know, like, instead of producing something else, we'll just keep enhancing the video quality of the game that you've been probably not playing for like 7 years now. I tell a lie. Like, when Epic had it for free, me and a bunch of friends played it for a good chunk of time. I also had nothing else to play, so I was happy to grind out GTA Online for a while. It's a nice, welcome change of pace. It's also a great game for podcasting, because I can just throw on a 3-hour podcast and just grind away, and it's perfect. Because by the time you get used to GTA's system, you can pretty much mindlessly do it. Yeah, that's pretty much my casino penthouse location, with the arcade machines right in the middle, smack in the middle. Now, it's not nearly as chaotic in the air, but... Alright. That's some creepy sounds. Is this Ghostwire? Yeah, this is Ghostwire, isn't it? Yeah. This is the one that I'm weirded on, because I feel like it's a horror game, but I don't know if it quite is. Because I love how it looks.
What was that?
Because it still looks kind of cool to play. But it also looks like it would be terrifying at the same time.
Critical work.
Although, now that I'm saying like this version of it, man, it looks a little bit rough on the gameplay.
When forced to face it. Still your fear. I will be her salvation.
Mari!
The time is nigh. The world rests on the precipice.
So apparently you're fighting nothing but ghosts and headless people.
Transformation.
Yeah, I'm so torn because this looks terrifying, but at the same time, this looks like it could be fun. But I would definitely be waiting for reviews for that. I really don't know why they have these little, like, in-between packages, because it's not like they signify anything. It's very weird, I don't know why. Oh, hi, Marvel. So are we getting more Avengers content that nobody wants to play?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, it's Guardians. Alright, that's fine. I accept that. E3 trailer was awesome for this game.
Rejoice.
I'm actually pretty excited for this
The
game.
matriarch wishes to share it with you.
United in the light of belief, all suffering, all grief will end. Oh. Ah.
Where's the joke?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Cease this at once.
Cosmo, how you doing, buddy?
It's a space puppy.
During that ritual with the priests, they kept talking about a promise.
It was like they were drinking funky juice or something.
Or joined the cult.
So let us investigate for you.
Always catch, Peter Quill, and not fun kind with Bob.
Hey, World Mind, long time no
Sorry,
see.
Russian space puppy.
The current probability of defeating the
Universal Church of Truth is
0.3%.
Is that bad? It sounds bad.
It is.
I hope you've got one hell of a speech plan, Peter.
That makes two of us.
Wow, that looked fucking cool. I wonder if just that tiny little bit meant that there's actually, like, space fighting gameplay. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this at some point. I'm so very careful with full pricing stuff, but, like, I'm definitely keeping up with how this goes, because everything I see about it is making me think I'm going to like it more and more. And Lord knows they need to do a really good, a really good Marvel property after Avengers tanks so badly.
Thanks, bud.
Also, if you're gonna give me some metal with this, you know, I'm always gonna give it a thumbs up for that. Alright, what do we got here? Is this a Vampire the Masquerade? Is it that multiplayer thing, I think? This is already feeling like the Battle Royale crowds kind of game, and not really mine. Because this kind of a setting, I'd rather just have single player stuff. I don't know if I'd ever want to play a multiplayer version of something like this. It has no chill. I'm not down for something this unchill. But I can definitely see, yeah, it's Bloodhound. That's right. Yeah, I can definitely see people getting behind it, though. It does look really good. It looks like fun if you're into that kind of stuff, for sure. But this is probably something I don't even sniff at. I don't think I'm going to do much with this. Unless it was free to play, maybe I'd try it, but if I had to spend money to get into this, I would not do it. Hey, Kaylan was right. We are getting some Deathloop. It's not the same trailer, though. Man, the amount of time that Deathloop has spent showing us this game, if it gets bad ratings, I'm gonna laugh so hard. They have spent so much time hyping this thing up.
The Visionaries. 8 geniuses who painted up a prison and named it Freedom. Locked us all in one repeating day. Their eternity. An endless party that you can never leave.
I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad reality given the way that the last 18 months for us have gone. Shit, one eternal day where it's a party? That doesn't seem like a bad thing.
Science nerds, brainwashed cultists flinging bombs, whatever these guys are doing, all spewing Eon's bullshit. So how come I don't remember shit? This Party Island hangover is none my thing. My thing is answers. Who are these people?
That's kind of cool, though. You can chain a kill with one guy.
Step ahead? Come on, Colt. You gotta put this together.
There's also the part of me that's like, every time I see the idea of this game, my brain goes, okay, so let me get this straight. I'm gonna keep playing this game over and over again until I finish the entire thing in one run. I don't know how I feel about that.
Is this a contest for them? Some type of experiment? How does this time loop work? Does anybody remember? Why is everyone wearing a mask?
That's a lot. That's too many questions.
Colt, I want you to remember. I want you to remember why you came here.
But he doesn't.
Is that? Damn, I look good. I've imagined myself a way out.
I do want this to be good, though, because I do love the idea of just, like, hopping into this and just messing around. Because it even seems like, assuming, like, I actually beat the game, this still looks like the kind of game that you could just go back into and just screw around and see how many creative ways you could deal with stuff. Although I will admit I've struggled with Dishonored a little bit, so I'm not sure. Maybe this one would break that trend, but it might just do more of the same. Who knows? Alright, what's this weird thing? If it's a horror thing, you can go away. I don't want it. That music is not helping me figure out if it's a horror thing or not. So, creepy kids horror thing. That doesn't help. I hate trailers that do that. And speaking of things I hate, the pointless separators that aren't separating anything specifically. It would make sense if they like had a voice being like, all right, now let's look at some of our indie titles. But instead it's just 5 seconds and then boom, random shit moves on. All right, well, this is definitely a kid's game. It's got a charming look, though. What the? You can be a dog? Alright, well, this game is suddenly infinitely better. Alright, now all of a sudden this concept is pretty neat. I still don't think I would go for it, at least not for an expensive price tag, because I kind of want a little more conflict to this than, you know, a pretty upbeat thing, but... That looks really charming, though. And hey, if you can play a guitar in the game and be a dog, I mean, that's already good points. You can pet a crab! So you had a separator for one game, and now you're breaking in another separator. Alright, this is gonna be my biggest pet peeve of this entire show. Alright, back to first-party stuff.
The biggest pirate treasure of all time is within our grasp.
Are they just remastering 4?
The Tusk of Ganesh? Now that's
or I guess 4 and The Lost Legacy? Okay. Ah, that's the catch. It's also for PC, which we did hear in rumors, so I'm glad the PC people are going to get the chance to play this series. That's really, really good.
Oh, crap!
You know, even as somebody who doesn't care much for the original trilogy, I loved 4, so you know what? Let them go have fun. And again, I love the idea of exclusive titles way after their lifespan getting ported to other systems so people can enjoy them. I know not every Nintendo property, I even said on the podcast, like, even if at one point they put Fire Emblem or something to that extent onto other consoles, like, I appreciate that a lot. Again, with the separators, why?
I'm Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios. PlayStation Studios, at its heart, is a diverse and passionate group of storytellers at our collective of AAA studios all across the globe. Everything we do is driven and inspired by storytelling. As creators, PlayStation 5 gives us the opportunity to push the boundaries of storytelling even further. Our world-class development teams at PlayStation Studios have already delivered such incredible gaming experiences for PS5, and we're only just getting started.
And PS4.
As you'll see today with the lineup of exclusive games coming for PlayStation Studios, we're going to continue to drive innovation, advance gaming, while always embracing the legacy of PlayStation, and creating games that matter. Games that you're not going to find anywhere else. Enjoy.
Alright, so I guess we're getting into the big stuff now. Alright, well I imagine we're going to see more Forbidden West. I assume God of War will be in here. Oh, hello.
At the dark end of
Oh? Oh? What's this? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No. Yes! Okay. Oh. I would not have called him instead of a few other ones, but you have my attention there with Wolverine. Alright, now we're getting our Gran Turismo over with. Should I just gush about the idea of that kind of a game now? Because originally, like, if I would have picked anybody, like, you could have done Cap, you could obviously do Iron Man, you could do Thor, you could do a bunch of them. Wolverine on his own is a very interesting choice. I'm very curious about that. But you also gotta think too, like, Wolverine... Because Insomniac, like, if you're talking all the open world... Like, let's assume it's open world. It might not be, but, like, in an open world setting, like, now you don't have, like, flying or web slinging or anything, so... Traversing would be very interesting in that game. I love how, like, any car game commercial, like, trailer basically doesn't need to do anything but show off the car, because everybody knows you can't really mess up driving gameplay for the most part now. So it really just ends up being like, look how pretty this looks. I mean, to be fair, that's what most driving games tend to be for these consoles, but... And I mean, it would be something I'd like to play. I haven't played a Gran Turismo game. Is it ever? Because I played a bit of Forza on the 360 era. But I've never really played like a Gran Turismo. I think I might have never owned a Gran Turismo game, so... It would be interesting to actually try it once. And even though I'm a bit of a nerd, I do have a bit of a car interest. Like, I used to watch Top Gear all the time when I was in, like, college, so... I still have at least a decent amount of knowledge about these kinds of things, and I do like the really fancy cars. Like, I obviously would never buy one, even if I could afford one. I can't imagine the idea of owning a friggin' Ferrari or Bugatti or anything like that. Because I'm the kind of guy that doesn't want to be like... I don't want to show it off. I'd rather you not know that I have money. That's kind of... That's my idea. It's like, I would spend money to make it look like I don't have money. But yeah, pretty basic driving gameplay. I can't imagine there's gonna be anything in this trailer that blows me away. It's the same goes with, like, man, like, I wish I had just a little bit more disposable income so that when, like, assuming they would ever do it, I don't know if they would for PSVR 2 or whatever they end up calling, but man, I would love to play a game like this in VR. That would be so cool. Like, I'd love to actually have the PSVR with a racing wheel at my desk and play this. That would be so much fun. But that's a lot of money.
For as long as I can remember, I have looked for an equal. One who could push me.
Oh! I was not expecting Spider-Man as well. What's this?
One who could even beat me.
Oh, is it actually Spider-Man with Miles? Oh shit, it actually is. So we not only are getting a Wolverine game, but we're getting this too. Wow.
Will one of you finally give me what I desire?
I'm assuming it's Electro. Yes. Oh. Yes. Oh. Yep. So they're working on two things. Okay. I like that. And we're still going. We haven't even gotten to anything else yet. We still haven't even gotten Horizon or God of War at this point. I figured this would be like the last thing you show, but instead you've shown me a Wolverine game that's going to possibly come out at some point, and then now a Spider-Man 2 announcement already? Ooh. So that makes me think, what else you got? And there it is, unless it's a remaster. But it has to be Ragnarok, right? It can't not be. Okay, I thought I'm like, boy got older. I'm like, no, that ruins the whole thing. No, it's fine.
The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming.
The voice is different, so I guess that would mean he's aged a little bit, doesn't it?
I should be out there, finding out who I am.
Yeah, he is older then.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
Okay, so this is probably like 4 years or so.
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
We do not know what Mother wanted.
Well, I recognize that dour expression anywhere.
I still can't believe that I ended up liking God of War as much as I did, because I really didn't like the original trilogy at all. And yet, this game was amazing, so I cannot wait for this too.
Who is dead?
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing he wasn't found.
Although I'm not gonna lie, the Norse mythology was a big part of it, because man, do I love my Norse mythology.
What in all yarns be the happen to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok, to help people. And what if the only way to do that is war?
It'll be interesting too, starting it off with both the axe and the chains now.
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like
Wonder
a
how the
general.
skills would start up.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person?
Yeah, this is looking good. Ooh, nice.
In moments of crisis, panic does nothing. Harness it.
Wait, was that a centaur? Sick.
Here.
Are you coming with us?
Oh, we got a giant too. Nice. Do we get a date?
You'll get your answers soon enough.
I guess not.
Well, some of them.
What's that? Is that the end, or is there something else here? Because that's a weird thing to show on screen. I feel like this might be the end and something else is playing. Yeah, this was a bit. 40 minutes. I'm just trying to see here if there's any. Yeah, this is all interviews. Okay, so I know that we're at the end of it. So they did finish with Ragnarok. All right. Okay, so yeah, we can definitely safely say this was not a typical state of play. They definitely brought things up for this. There was not a trailer in this that I went, ugh. I mean, the only one would have been that like childish looking one, and even then I'm like, hey, it's pretty charming. Like somebody will like this. Yeah, no, there's not too much I can hate about this. I mean, we're finally getting Knights of the, well, at least we know it's now for sure real, the Knights of the Old Republic remake. We obviously know we're getting 2 Marvel games sometime in the next couple of years. And they managed to do it without giving us anything on Horizon Forbidden West, because it seems like there's no point, because we have a firm date in February now, so. And you got God of War. They gave a little bit of Uncharted stuff just to say it's coming up for PC, and then you got all these other side games that, you know, are probably escaping me. Like, yeah, Forspoken, you got Ghostwire in there. There is a bunch of stuff in here that I really, really like, and, you know, it was pretty short and to the point. 40 minutes or so, I think it was. I think the trailer was supposed to be. The only thing that I'm going to complain about, again, is just those weird buffers they did. Like, it's not like they signified anything. Like, it would have made sense if it was, like I said, oh, here's our indie section. And by the way, there wasn't that like usual section we see where it's, you know, a cascade of like 5 minutes worth of just quick indie trailers, which makes me think that maybe there's a state of play, or maybe that's even just what state of play is for. It's for the smaller stuff now. And this was just all about the big titles. But just, it was really weird to go from a set of 3 trailers, and then there's a buffer, and you're thinking, oh, this must signify something. And then it's just another 3 trailers of just random games. There's no meaning to it. That was a little bit weird. That was a strange choice. I don't know why you would do that unless there was like a firm separation between Sony and third party, and in which case I'd have to go back and look. But even then, I'd say, guys, I don't care. It's just, you have your logo there for a reason. You can show it's a PlayStation Studio title. You don't have to do much more. So, that being said, double thumbs up to the show. I really can't say much bad about it. They did their job. They got me interested in a bunch of stuff. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean we got a bunch of stuff coming down the road, because almost none of these games are coming out this year, which is a shame. But again, pandemic, I'm keeping my anger down for this, because what can I do about it, right? Like, there's this crazy thing that's been going on for 18 months that's really screwed up a lot of development time. But in terms of what we saw, and it doesn't even matter when it's coming, just in terms of what we saw, it means I know that there's at least 10, 15 games, not to mention stuff that's already announced and wasn't even shown here, that I'm looking forward to. That's all I really want as a gamer, is I want to know that somewhere down the line I've got games to look forward to. I don't want to be in this race of, or not this race, I don't want to be playing this game of going, well, what am I going to do? Like, I got nothing to play. What am I going to do? Like, this at least tells me, okay, even if I have a bit of a down point, I know that there's going to be some stuff coming. And it seems like 2022 is setting to be a really big year. So we'll definitely see how that is. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for checking out this little bit of side content. In terms of more bonus content on this channel, not really sure how that's going to be yet. Me and Kaylan have actually been talking about ideas for what to potentially do aside from the podcast, but you know, this was a perfect way to start it off, and I think things like this will probably help down the line. I think if we'd honestly thought about it, maybe doing this during E3 would have been a good idea, but I don't have a DeLorean, so I can't really go back and change that now, can I? But more stuff like this, and I'm trying to figure out something else that both me and him can do on our own to kind of add to this channel, to get some more stuff in here that isn't just the podcast every week and then clips if you don't want to see the whole show. But that being said, again, thank you so much for checking us out. If you are coming across this video purely by accident, if you like what you saw, I do suggest that you subscribe to the channel, of course, like this video, all that usual stuff you expect to do on YouTube if you come to any channel. But if you haven't ever checked out one of our shows before, check them out. Last week's episode, or sorry, I guess I shouldn't say last week, 2 days ago, it's a bit rough because we had internet issues, but you can go back and watch. We're getting close to 40 now. I think we're around 34. So there's a lot you can look at. And that includes one of them that we did for E3 with a guest from Project X-Play and Xbox podcast. There are a lot of different shows you can look at of ours. I would strongly suggest if you haven't checked any of our shows out before, you go and do that. And then obviously, if you guys have comments about the show, or if you have any counterpoints to things that I said on this video, obviously leave a comment below. Or even if you just, you know, want to shoot the shit in the comments, do it, and me or Kaylan are more than happy to talk with you there. So again, thank you so much, guys, for checking us out. And we will see you on the next episode of the podcast, or the next time you check out this channel in any capacity. Thank you so much. Have a good one, everybody.